Uh, this is in case that your suspension spring comes loose and falls down in the clock, and you hear this ticka 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 sound, and the minute hand goes kind of really fast. First thing you have to do is take off the hands. This one had a pin in it. Maybe yours has a screw. Just undo the little screw and take the minute hand off. The hour hand, you grasp it gently and turn back and forth, and it just slips off. And then you'll have several screws holding the dial on, which I already took out, and then take the dial off. Now here's the suspension spring in this clock, and most of them, and yours might have just a straight rod that comes down and then goes through a loop. This is a different kind of clock. This is Seth Thomas with a kind of fancy one. So what has happened is this is called a suspension spring, this little thin piece of metal. What has happened, this has a pin holding it in, and most do not. And yours probably slipped out somehow and fell down in the clock. We're going to go to a different clock this way. Here's the suspension spring, and this one has like a little loop at the top. That's what's supposed to hold it in place, and it's just a rod with a hook at the end. So all you have to do is find what's called the crutch. It's an arm with a little round loop in it right there, and you need to thread the suspension spring through the loop. Be a little tricky with this one, and maybe yours will be tricky too. If you can't do it this way, you can start at the other end and thread it through the other end, and gently bring it up and find the post that it goes in. It's a little round post, could be anywhere, it could be up high or low, and has a little slit in it, and then you just gently push it in like that and pull it down, and then you're done. Then reassemble the dial, push the hour hand back on, and hook the minute hand on. Be sure that you put it on correctly. So if the clock ends up striking at 8:15 when it's supposed to strike at 8, that means you put the minute hand 15 minutes off to the side. So take the minute hand off and put it where it belongs, and it should work.